And his opponent, down in the bottom right, it is going to be the blue Terran Masa. This is, yeah. So, I guess that with this, I don't have to hold back anymore, and we can go ahead and officially unveil the new way that esports are going to be done here from the DreamHack studio.
Yeah, I had high hopes for this production today.
No, see, it's getting better gradually.
Oh yes, definitely. The quality memes going on right now.
I don't know how much I can disclose.
Oh yeah?
But I still think that our production guy is doing an excellent job.
Oh, definitely. You know, he was sitting up all night, actually all day rather, because we're casting during the night.
Yeah, he was
to
working,
find sound samples.
Yeah, he's working really hard, and he's very dedicated to esports, of course. He's a little bit like the messiah of esports, if you will.
I guess.
If I can be that as bold as to make that claim.
Yeah, actually what he does is like he approaches a crowd, and he just like uses his hands, and the entire crowd just divides up into 2 different segments, and he can just walk past it like Moses.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense though, because when you're at a DreamHack and you have something to do, you have to get people to move out of the way.
Yeah, so he just brings his staff.
Yeah. His nightstick and gets to work. No, but for now, Masa, he went for that CC first, and now he's gonna grab the double gas. Oh no, wait, never mind. That wasn't a CC first. What am I saying?
Are you okay? Hey, that's normal court timing. What's going on here?
Masa, perhaps expecting something else.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Where's your proxy gate? Something's not right here. Is that a fake Nexus?
Who knows? This would be so funny if he cancelled and he had a pylon on the other side of the map and just throws out 5 more gateways.
Oh my god. That'd actually be like such a thing if you get the Nexus but you don't give it any more probes or something. So you're like,
Stargate.
Oh. So, I have to say, there's something with you in Stargate.
I love Stargate.
And I don't know when or where, but somewhere along the line here, you just became infatuated with Stargate.
Yeah, because it's the best. Like, how does...
I think it's because of SOS. Did SOS put you up to this?
No. No, he didn't.
You
but
sure?
Stargate is the best. I mean, think about all of the options that you get from a Stargate opening. You get the scouting, you can harass, you can stop medevac drops, you can pick up enemy units and kill them when they're in the air, and you can make Void Rays to kill Tempest. No, I mean to kill the Liberators. And then later in the game, you make Tempests to kill the Liberators. Stargates are simply the best.
Yeah.
No, but in all honesty, they're just a really good way to open up. You get scouting, you can do some damage.
I think a good way to say it is that I know personally that you are a very flexible player, or rather you like to play flexible styles.
Yeah.
And Stargate is very flexible.
Exactly. Like,
So
it gives you a lot of options.
Definitely, and one option, of course, is the Oracle. So the Oracle's gonna start to come out here, and do we have... Oh my god, Neeb. Here we go. It is time.
That's 6 Marines, though. That's what he needs to deflect this.
I don't care anymore. We have a fleet beacon. We have a second Stargate. You're not paying attention.
Oh my god, okay.
Here we go. Neeb going all out on this.
Speedy Tempests, boys. This is actually a very interesting build for this map. I've never seen this before. This is, if this were Ulrina, yeah. But perhaps we're seeing something new here for the new map pool that could become part of the metagame. Nah.
Yeah, well, it is Ruins of Endian, so sure, it's not just like Ulrina, but it's kind of close in a way, because if you don't kill off these rocks, how do you really deal with Tempest on the left-hand side?
I think it would be better on Invader, to be honest, though.
You think so?
Yeah, because I mean,
on the dead space?
Yeah, exactly. There's a ton of airspace between the 2 bases if you get those horizontal spawns.
Uh-oh. Are there any units right now? 3 adepts, okay. They are coming back as well.
Yeah, he needs to defend this. Otherwise, he's going to take a lot of damage, because Photon Overcharge alone, I don't know if he's going to do it, but Pylon's actually very well spread here for Neeb.
They are, and here we go. Got to focus that medevac right away. We'll force it out, and we do have the Oracle now just on follow. Going to keep track of the medevac. Master, though, with some nice micro, going to keep that Oracle away.
I mean, to be honest, coming into this series, all jokes aside, I still think, judging by the form that we saw Neeb in last night, when he actually took down Pulp, going to be in a pretty good position with this, because Master has no information about what's going on. He has no idea what's going to be hitting him, because with this third base going down, we still have the Tempests on the way. I don't even think he's going to be able to get a cancel on this third Nexus.
You don't? I mean, we have Stim on these
yes.
Marines.
Stim is good.
Yeah, focusing, of course, on the Nexus, not the pylon right now. Neeb is trying to get here in time.
Oh, well, he might.
With some focus fire, there we go, forcing the cancel. Even starting to focus down these depths. Probably shouldn't have brought them in the first place. And now Master, well, he's just going to get the pylon as well. But he forced the cancel. That's always nice. But now he's got to deal with these Tempers. And he doesn't have a single Viking. He has 22 Marines,
He
though.
doesn't even have a starport at this point. He delayed it for so long.
Yeah.
There it is. Needs to get it in action. He needs to start getting those Vikings out. Good tag here. He's going to find himself a siege tank. Second starport is going to be on the way here. This is a good way to respond to this. You just need to commit towards one direction, and it is going to be those Vikings at the same time. This drop doing more damage. Actually, a second medevac joins up, but Photon Overcharge deals a ton of damage, and a lot of these Marines very, very low. Half of them die on the way up that ramp.
Very nice here with the Tempest, but nice micro Master trying to get the one that's really injured. The other one going into the orange as well. Gets the one with a Widow Mine. So there we are, only 2 Tempests remaining, but they are dealing some serious damage onto Master. Master, of course, in the base of Neeb, getting cleaned up here. And Neeb, of course, got to be careful with his Tempest. We do have the first Vikings coming out now, chasing. Got to be focusing on the injured one, of course.
Yeah, very nice. Medevac is going to make a little bit of a flyby, but will lose both Vikings. This is a very nice pick off here for Neeb. Bear in mind, he's continuously adding in more of these Tempests. No third command center down here for Master. Third Nexus again, replanted there for Neeb. So if he can get this third base up and running again while continuously applying pressure like this, he's going to be in a great spot. But if he overextends with these Tempests and loses too many of them, that's when Master just walks across the map and kills him.
Yeah, you got to be careful. But of course, dealing with these Tempests can be a pain. Right now, he's adding more of these Vikings, but as long as you have less Vikings than Tempest, well, it doesn't look all too good for you. Now, of course, you've got to watch out. This Widowmine will reset, and I don't think Neeb is paying attention to the timing of this. Stacking up against the Widowmine. There we go. Nice hit from Master. Steaming on forward. Might catch himself a Tempest. There we go. And also, of course, pressuring the front here.
Yeah, this is very nice. Cancels the warp in as well. The medevac here is so low. One gust of wind would basically knock that out of service. And he is going to be forced to pick up. After that does go down. And still maintaining this critical mass of Tempests to one-shot Vikings. So he has actually cut Tempest production. And now he's going to be transitioning into a bit more normal, of a normal composition, getting the resonating glaives as well as that +1 attack.
Master, though, has done a really good job by cleaning up these Tempests. Let's see, 3 Tempests so far have gone down, which is a pretty significant number if you consider the fact that Neeb was really going into this. Now he still has 5, though. The Liberators won't really be an option for quite some time until you really get your Viking count going. But, of course, you can just go for the Bio Viking because there won't be any kind of AoE for some time now.
But the ground army is still quite powerful here for Neeb. This drop onto the high ground, of course, in full vision of the Protoss. There's the stim forward. You want to be going for the probes right now. At the same time, a drop heading up towards the main base. How much does he get done? Not too much. The double photon overcharge, cleaning that up with ease. And he's actually going to end up losing a Viking. Or 3.
All 3, indeed. And 2 medevacs right now. Loaded up. They can still go around, try to hit that main base. But this Mothership Core has been worth its weight in gold. Not really sure how much it weighs, but I'm pretty sure it's still worth all that in gold. And right now, Master, he's going to have to find a solution against these Tempests. He's going to crank in more and more of these Vikings. He needs to find some upgrades going soon, though. And he's also of course, adding his second Stargate. We're going to have a ton of Vikings out on the map. But, of course, just going mass Viking, as soon as we see Storms, that's going to be a pretty difficult kind of a composition to engage still.
I think this is actually his 3rd starport.
Is this? Oh, right. Yeah, because he was cranking 3 at a time. So he's getting only 1 at a time.
So he's going to have a lot of production. Widowmine drop comes into this 3rd. Oh, needs to pull away. That's a little bit sloppy. 5 probes in total. I mean, could have been a lot worse, but still could also have been a lot better. However, though, Neeb is still in a very comfortable position. He's got the +1 shields and armor on the way, adding in the blink. At the same time, we have more Vikings, more Marines, and the armory being added in here for Master as well. So he's going to be able to start those 2-2 upgrades, which are going to be very important for the next upcoming fight. However, with Psionic Storm, this is going to be a very tough battle ahead of Master now.
And now Neeb, of course, using these oracles to keep tagging the army of Neeb. Neeb setting up for that 4th base. Master, he does have a more agile army, but on this map, you know, it's kind of difficult to, to really use this agility because the first 4 bases are within these rocks, you know. So as long as you can defend your 3rd and your main pretty well against drops, there's not much Master can do. He's got to get out there, though, and start moving because he's taking up to Ghost, but he's taking his sweet time doing so.
The Tempest as well really help out. You've got massive range, and 5 Tempests will one-shot a Medevac. And because he's maintained that number, not only is it going to be discouraging any sort of big dedicated airplay, it's just going to make... He's basically going to force Master to be a little bit more passive here. And if he wants to commit to something, it will have to be with a majority of his army. But now with Psystorm nearing completion, Blink being finished as well, it is going to be a lot more difficult for Master to make something happen. But this is a good drop. Not going to be intercepting this War Prism. But for now, I don't think Neeb is going to be in position for this. He's actually got the 2 Tempests, though, and a bunch of cannons together with 2 High Templar. So scratch what I said, Alex. If Master commits into this drop, he's going to lose everything.
He is, and well, he's kind of unloading those, so it seems like he wants to kill the rocks first. So it's going to help him a bit, at least. The Adept here could cancel the construction of this. Just got a micro bit here, there we go. So a bit annoying for Master, going to have to clean that up. Neeb, though, has destroyed the rocks, and Master's doing the same. Neeb, though, with Storm here, he's looking very dangerous.
Bear in mind as well, the Medevac count is not very impressive here for Master on this side of the map. He's got a ton of Vikings, tags for the Viking flock, in fact, so that's going to help out a lot. So he will have that range to work with here on these Tempests. Blinks forward is going to suck up a pretty big Widowmine hit, but only a single Stalker dies, of course, loses shields on the remainder of them. But this is also very tough because he's got such a low Medevac count. Every time he stims, the storms are going to become more and more lethal.
They are, and here comes all those Adepts going to start cleaning up all these SCVs and the Marines. Now comes Master into this, and storms go down on top of all these Marines, but still a lot of them are surviving, coming into this 3rd base completely unguarded. Now Neeb splitting up his army, but amazing storm right on top of that Viking flock.
And look again, because he's got just so few Medevacs, every single Viking is going to go down, and this army's still quite hurt. He's got 1 more storm to work with. That's a decent storm, but he needs more. Couple of High Templars swinging in from the back, and he's got these cannons as well to retreat to. So this is going to be very hard for Master to break, but he has done some considerable damage with the 3rd base. However, these Tempests still stand strong. The Viking count has been significantly reduced, and more reinforcement from Master roll on in. Another good storm here. Mothership Co is finally here, so now she can stop dropping those photon overcharges. But at this point in time, Neeb still holds on. He's still got that 4th base up and mining.
And of course, right now, Master is just losing his entire army. He lost so many workers as well. Look at the supply right now, Tenshi. GG. And Neeb, he's going to take the first map between these 2 players, making...
Number 2. There we are.
Indeed.
With our first player down here in the southern spawning position, it is going to be our blue Terran. It is Master. And previous map there did not have the Medevac count he needed. On the other side of things, it is Neeb with a very interesting style for Runes of Endion. But I mean, now here we are. Dusk Towers, a more standard map, so not going to be expecting anything too crazy. Nothing out of the ordinary, at least. I mean, we see a proxy Oracle, we see like a proxy Robo. Nothing that you can sort of count out of the story here.
Definitely. Right now, as we said, Neeb up 1. The question is what he's looking to do here on Dusk Towers. Master did really well in the beginning. We did see him having a pretty decent response to this, even without those Vikings. You know, he microed his Marines fairly well, got a few Tempests early on, especially with those Widow Mines. But this time, he's going to block off completely. I like this when you get the supply depot. Don't finish this. You don't have to finish it even, and just use it to wall off. And Neeb can't really get a full scout on what's happening. And well, so far so good for both players. It doesn't look like anyone is going to try something extraordinary though.
No, it's very important, though, that you mention he cannot go in and find any information from Master, because now he's no idea if there's a quick mod center going down behind this. He doesn't know if there's a second gas, so he doesn't know if he's to expect any quick liberator play or something like that. I mean, in general, though, as Protoss, you always want to stay on your toes, be prepared for any sort of potential Widowmine play, for instance, a drop, something that's very common. However, though, Master, with no second gas just yet, he can go for a proxy factory here.
He definitely
But
could.
I mean, we'll see what he decides to do. It's going to be a proxy factory, I mean.
Yeah, looks like he's setting up for it. And there we are. Factory goes down. And Master right now, he has a few options, but I would expect him to try to go for a few Widow Mines there. And as Neeb, you know, not getting the scout, you have to be very careful, because a lot of people, especially if you have been a Zero player or even a Terran who can scan, you can often think like, well, you just gotta use one of those things, like, you know, sacrifice an Overlord to go for a scan, whatever. But as a pro, you really can't. Like, right now, you don't have a sentry to stand out in hallucination even, so there's no way you could ever get a scout right now on what Master's doing. The only way to really scout this kind of proxy would be to send units in all the different proxy locations on the map.
And knowing Neeb, though, I mean, we've seen his display of Protoss versus Terran just the other night, where he played versus Pult, and he was always very diligent with these sort of moves. He was checking a lot of corners and stuff like that, at least for the start of the series. Now, though, he is checking the right-hand side of the map, which is actually on the complete opposite side of things. Master's starport has begun, and Neeb, if he sees these 4 Marines, if he catches those, that can be a little bit of an indicator that Terran is up to some sort of aggressive play, but he's actually going to be sending the Adept here towards the left side, and he's going to see everything. This is... Oh my god. That was so close. If Neeb saw that, that would have been game over, but now Master can continuously get on with his plan.
Indeed, and right now Master, he's going to get his medevac out here as soon as this second wood mine has started. Now we see Master leaving his base as well with these Marines. Neeb going to scout this incoming. Nice here, Racing Depot still denying the scout possibilities here of Neeb. So Neeb at home, let's look what he's got, because he's right now getting his multitude course. He's going to have 1 photon overcharge. Very nice pylon placement though, in that kind of triangle that we do see all the time. Keeping the Oracle back though, I'm a big fan of this.
Yeah, really liking it, because now he can tag the Widow Mine, because he's not going to have detection for a little bit. At the same time, he can also use that Purifier Beam to help clean them up, because Widow Mine's light units. Oracle's dealing extra damage towards light units, so the setup here for Neeb is still fairly okay, especially because he's getting a Phoenix right now. Medevac, though, is going to start boosting in towards the main base. Widow Mines will unload, but I don't think that he's going to be taking all too much damage from this, really.
No, and well, gets a hit on the Mother's Core, still injured, but won't be dying from that. Nice him moving with the Phoenix, trying to focus down the medevac, and the medevac's got to watch out. He just picked up every single Marine. Not sure if that's what you want to do here. And he's going to try to drop into that main base, but everything's getting cleaned up very nicely here by Neeb. Does lose an Oracle though.
Yeah, but still really, really solid hold here from our Protoss. He's got the Nexus in the natural. He's got 46 workers to the 31 of Master. He invested a lot in this. He lost every single unit. He's going to go for another swing in here with another medevac and double mines, but still, very expensive setback here for Master.
I have to agree. Definitely great here for Neeb. And Master, as you said, is setting up for another drop, but this time we have 3 Adepts in the main. We do have still that kind of triangle set up with, of course, a Mothership Core that soon will have enough for 2 photon overcharges. I guess Master is realizing that one of my chances right now would be that you think you cleaned everything up. I'm going to come in, kill like 10, 12 workers and be back in the game. But guess what? Neeb right now is paying attention.
He's on point. Widowmine goes down instantaneously. He doesn't even get the shot off towards anything. We'll have to... Oh, good focus fire there with the Widowmine. Takes down the most expensive unit. But still, he will have to give up this medevac. A third drop, though, is setting up here for Master. He's
Calm
completely
down,
relentless. Yeah, this is the Maru drops. It's the... what we saw there in the GPL groups. The game versus Petit Drogo Coffee. That was a bit crazy. Well, comes in here again. Third time is the charm, as they say. Can he get the connection he's looking for?
Oh, 2. Very nice play here by Neeb, although Master is using his kind of focus fire with the Widow Mines, which is really cute. He's still not getting that damage done. Neeb right now is chasing down these medevacs with the Phoenix, Master, nice microing here, or nice control rather, will make sure he's escaping, but Neeb's cleaned everything up over and over again. He's 60 workers to the 45 of Master, and although the Protoss is supposed to be ahead, it's not supposed to be this much.
I think that we've lost like 3 or 4 medevacs already in this game, which is just so costly. 2 in total, which is still pretty bad, but as I say that, perhaps make it 3. However, third base is soon going to be finishing up. It's actually just now done for Neeb, and he set up a lot of pylons as well in that third base position. He's got the mothership core, he's getting the immortals to sort of safeguard his position, going to get that backbone for the Gateway army, and this is going to look very, very dark for Masa. He's quite far behind in that supply, and economy-wise, 65 probes to 49 SCVs. He has to do damage with this attack.
He does, and here we go. He's going to stem up right into these adepts. Right now, no photo, no charge, but backing down. That's a lot of adepts. There is an immortal as well to help out. But here comes those Phoenix. You can't drop on top of the adepts, but then again, if you don't drop, you just lose all your units. And here we go, Master losing both medivacs. This is a big, big pick-off by Neeb. And Master right now up against the wall. He's just struggling so much dealing any damage to Neeb. And right now, he doesn't have anything to defend at home. If Neeb realizes this, he can definitely just go into that third base and start putting on the pain.
I mean, at this point in time, Master losing every single drop, losing all of the medevacs on the map. He's only got a single medevac and like 4 or 5 Marines. He is so... He's basically naked in this. I mean, he's in the Stone Age right now. He's lost all the tech that he's invested in. One more drop will go down, and it's actually going to get 5 probes, which is quite nice, of course, but still, look at the worker count. It has equalized a little bit, but Protoss has been allowed to mine on this third base a lot longer, and Master, with the investment in the early stages of the game, not really paying off. He's so far behind in this, I mean, in every single regard. Look at that supply.
Yeah, he's so far ahead right now. Master will need a miracle to make this happen, and he's scanning around, looking for that army right now. Neeb, I love the fact that he's bringing this observer with him constantly, and he's really diligent against any kind of widow mines being burrowed, because Master right now is trying every cheap shot he can to get an edge. And Neeb, who does have the high ground vision right now, could try to push into this. Nice here, finding the factory, might be able to pick it up before he has the chance to land.
No, it doesn't look like it. A couple of force fields go down. They're not the best, but anything on the wrong side of them will, of course, die very quickly. Phoenix have returned to the battlefield here, to the front of things, to support this army at the same time. Drop going up in towards the main base. He has those resonating glaives. He's got the +1 attack as well, so he will be two-shotting any all those SCVs, as the army for Master is actually out of position, so he's not going to be able to respond quickly to this.
Here we go, dropping those adepts. Gotta watch out for the missile turret. Does get away with that Warp Prism, not gonna lose that. And oh no, turret in the natural. Kind of sloppy here by Master, or rather, quite greedy by Master, I guess. Going to lose the adepts though. Neeb now getting away with the army. He's not gonna try for this, but 24 workers have gone down, Tenchi.
A huge economical damage here. And bear in mind, he's been ahead in the economy from the majority of the game. One thing to note though, Alex, like you point out there, sloppy, greedy, call it what you will, but he simply cannot afford any missile turrets because of the way that he opened. He needs to focus on the economy, needs to get a stable army up and running. But this is just such a hard position to be in as Terran. And Master at 125 supply with the 1-1 upgrades, at least that's what he's got going for him, that he's getting the 2-2. But in terms of composition, he is so far behind. He's got now the Liberators out in the field, but only 2 of them, and with the Phoenix still strong in the air, it's going to be really difficult for him to find a good fight, because I mean now Psystorm also finishing up here. Protoss is so happy with this situation.
Oh, definitely. Right now, Neeb is as good as he gets. He has a 4th base against the 3 of Master. Master, of course, he's now starting to get his Liberators, but they aren't really accomplishing anything. He's gonna, I guess he's gonna try to hit that really key number that we do see from Pole time to time and start just pushing across the map. But we don't see any Tempest just yet from Neeb.
I don't even think he needs to get them, though, because imagine this, right? The investment that Master has to make to get these Liberators, they're very costly. They're great units, of course. But as if he hears you, he's got the Tempest tech coming right now with that Fleet Beacon, a 2nd Stargate. And
what if he does hear me?
What if he does? But right now, scan goes down, so you'll see the army of Neeb. You'll see the composition, the exact positioning, of course. And for now, is there blink for Neeb? That's what I want to find out.
Definitely.
Yeah, yes, there is. I mean, he's got all the tech in the book. Blink Forward is actually going to find 1-2 Liberators very quickly. Great Ice Storms here from Neeb, and that's GG. I mean, there was no chance there. Mass was looking dead for quite some time in that game, and just very clean.